Hello everyone, welcome to Optimal Timelines. I am your guide, Sean Collins, and helping you to connect to your most optimal future timeline. So it's that time again. It's your monthly tarot readings for July 2021. And remember, this is going to be for your North Node by sign and house. So not your sun sign, moon, or ascendant, but your North Node by sign and house. And those of you that subscribe know that the reason I do the North Node by sign and house as opposed to the sun, moon, or ascendant is because it's much more applicable to your real life, because it's recognized in astrology that the North Node is your soul path. It's what you came here to do and accomplish. So again, if you're unfamiliar with your North Node and want to know more about it and how it applies, there's going to be some links in the description box below. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, this is going to be your reading for July 2021 for everybody with their North Node in Virgo and or the 6th house. So I'm going to connect to the energies and we can begin. I called upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, so the spread over on this side of the table represents the 1st through the 15th of the month, and then this spread represents from the 16th to the end of the month. Okay, so a lot of things coming up this month. A little bit more of there's across the board some different things going on. There is some intensity that's going to come in this month. First and foremost, there's things in this reading regarding vehicles and travel, a lot of things like with that, and there could be some issues with that with vehicles and travel, and don't just it's something you just have to put up with. A heads up is just to be careful this month with any sort of things regarding that vehicles or travel. The energy I'm getting for the first half of the month is that it's kind of like a good news, bad news things, but ultimately, like I always talk about polarities, and ultimately that good and bad are the opposite polarities of the same energy. You can't have one without the other. But some challenges, and the thing I'm getting for the first half is that I'm getting for a lot of you that there is a feeling of like stuckness, of kind of like stuck in the mud, or like stagnation, and that it's annoying. And for some of you also, you could feel like you're a little bit kind of like overwhelmed, and like you want to be on top of things, but it's you almost feel like almost like a quicksand, or like I said, stuck type of energy. And this could play out too in different ways, and I feel like it could be because of a actual person, or kind of an overall like situation that you have found yourself in, and it could be for a while that you found yourself in this. Now here's the big thing. What is wanting to come out to help you to move forward through this energy? however this is playing out for your personal soul path, if you have, this North Node, is there is help around you and resources that you either don't know to utilize or you don't want to utilize for whatever reason that is, okay? And this is kind of like an energy where, because I have a lot of, I've known a lot of people with this North Node placement by sign and house, and it could be a thing where it's a North Node that sometimes can cause confusion, okay, and then that can be like, that confusion can cause the stagnation. What's going to really, really help you through this, okay, on your advice cards, is the help that is going to be most beneficial to you. And I see this, this is the Empress card, okay, upright. And the Empress, the planet Venus rules this card, okay, but this represents, earthiness. There's like, sheaves of wheat here. She's sitting on this, luxurious throne. And this is about, what's going to help you is getting into your body, getting into the health of your body, both physical, mental, and spiritual, but definitely physical. Getting into the joys of physicality. And also part of that is everything from the nurturing, like getting enough sleep, making sure, eating properly, and also just enjoyment, that's like part of your path for your North Node in Virgo, is getting to the earth, because you have the polarity of your South Node, which is, the 12th house and or Pisces, okay, which is this energy of the grand cosmos, like this grand, expansive energy, okay? And, it's bringing the spiritual and the cosmic down to the earthly realm. So the things that help you in your life are, and you might not even like these things, because a lot of times with this North Node placement you don't, which is everyday practical things. So doing the practical things, having a schedule, taking care of the things you need to take care of around your house and regarding your body and family. It's all like nurturing. It's like earthly things, okay? Because in a past life, most people that have this North Node placement, because of that Pisces or 12th house South Node, you had a life of really exploring the boundaries of the universe in lots of different ways. But whatever your past life was, you've explored that, and so you have that down. Now it's time to kind of come down to earth. And see, this is going to also help you, even if the situation that you're dealing with is actual physical person, or if it's just like life in general. Where like you're like overthinking things and you need to kind of like, it's get down to the practical, okay? So take care of yourself, get into the pleasures of being in human form, on this earth plane, okay? And that's going to help you to kind of get out of this energy. Now, moving on to the second half of the month, okay, there is an energy for some of you. I'm seeing this like retro energy, this retroactive energy of dealing with a past situation. So with a romantic relationship, a past situation with someone in your family, or someone in your past, or a past issue that you're dealing with, okay? And there is some healing that needs to take place. That also could be playing into, this here, okay? And, some of you, depending on your path, could be going through some really intense things in your relationship, okay? And or with any of these other groups of people that I mentioned, okay? So it could be pretty intense. Again, what it is you want to do is it's about getting out of your head and into the body, okay? And particularly what you want to look at is you want to begin to look at energy. So in dealing with this situation that you're dealing with, you have to ask yourself some questions. Let's just say, for example, no, this could be applied to anything, but let's just say it's a past romantic relationship that you either need healing from or you're dealing with, or you could be going through this part of the month here, okay? You have to ask yourself, okay, did my energetic field, did I pick up red flags before this situation even, transpired in the way it did? And did my mind override those energetic intuitions that I had? And did I let my mind just, talk myself into getting into that? Why is that important? Okay. Look, when I do, I've done a lot of counseling over the years and, with clients. All right. And obviously one of the things that we cover a lot is relationships, romantic, big time. Also, family, work. I mean, because really our relationships with the people in the world who share the world with us, I mean, relationships, are probably one of the biggest struggles, but also some of our, biggest joys come from that. But when I talk to people about that, I'm like, okay, when you got into this relationship, were there any red flags? Like, did you, you were attracted to this person, you might have fallen in love, but did you see like red flags? And like every single person I've ever asked that question said yes. And I go, well, why didn't you like take note of that? And they go, because I was too infatuated, I was too in love, or I thought that I could, change them or whatever it is, okay? But that's what the energy I'm talking about is, that part of your path here is to take all of that spiritual knowledge that you have gained in past lifetimes and bring it down to the practical level. So what does that mean? A situation happens and your body and intuition, your energy is picking up a disturbance in the field, in the force, okay? You're picking up this disturbance, or there's some issue. Instead of ignoring it, or your mind playing tricks with you, oh, well, blah, blah, I'm just going to, forget about it, or I can change the situation. Take note of it, because that is, like I said, what's going to help you. It's like one of the big things with this, North Node placement that I've noticed is there could be a situation of like the martyr. Like that's one of the archetypes, in this. And it could be like when you have this this North Node, it's like sometimes you can deny yourself certain things, like you take pride in maybe denying yourself certain pleasures. And for other people, it's just it could be like a martyr type energy. And that's one of the things that you want to really try to avoid. But in dealing with anything in your past, you're trying to heal from it, it's just an experience. Okay. But if you, instead of like becoming a martyr or blaming the other person, say, well, you know what? I chose that person. You know what I mean? Like I chose to be in that relationship, and most likely I saw red flags and I ignored them for whatever reason. Don't beat yourself up. But what that does is it helps you go to that middle ground. Like, you don't want to be on either end of the polarity of like, this whole situation is not my fault, they're all to blame. But you don't want to go to the other polarity either, where it's like, this is all my fault and I'm a horrible person. Like, you want to go to the middle ground and say, okay, like I probably could have made better choices. I didn't see it at the time. It's funny. I just thought about this because I was in the store earlier and I was waiting to check out, and I looked over and one of the magazines had Jennifer Aniston on it. And she said, I think the quote was something like, I'm in a really good place right now. And for whatever reason, my mind started thinking of, I went to Brad Pitt and then I went to Angelina Jolie. But I started thinking about recently, there's been a lot said with, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie have gone through some really intense, divorce things. And I thought back to when they first got together and how, like, Brangelina, I think they called Brangelina. I don't, that everyone was talking about and how like amazing it was. And they were like so in love and they were doing, and I just thought like, see, this is what I'm talking about. That's what this channel is. It's like, if someone could have walked up to one of them, think of like, one of them is on set in Romania and a wise old, Romani woman comes up and says, I want to tell you not to take this path. I'm going to show you your future. This is what is going to happen. Do you still want to take the path? And, would they do that? If they knew for sure, like that they could see the future, okay, they probably wouldn't have gone through with it. Okay. But we can't, always do that. What I'm saying is that everything that we go through is fine. Okay. It's part of a life experience. Everything is used and recycled, and it's all, even all the tough experiences. However, we do have our free will and power to try to limit the amount of, negative things that we go through, okay, challenging things that we go through. But what this is all meaning for you, for, any past situation, is basically take responsibility for your part in it and understand that, like they made their choice. I mean, it doesn't matter how rich, famous, beautiful you are. Okay. Humans are humans and we make mistakes. Okay. But when we can see that, okay, you know what? I took a part in this, it helps the healing is what all this is. Okay. This is going to help you heal. And in the future, what you want to do is pay attention to your body signals as opposed to your mind signals or emotional signals. Okay. And that's going to serve you well. Follow that intuition, the intuition of the body and the energy. So anyway, really hope this reading resonated with you. Go out there, make it a great month. You've been on a great path and, good work. Continue on that. Remember, if you'd like a personal reading, reach out to me. There's going to be a link in the description box below. But thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing, and spending some time with me. Much appreciation, much love. We'll see you soon. Many blessings.